Now listen, I wasn't mad about the lying. I wasn't even mad about the cheating. But then I found my handmade quilt in the doghouse, and my good fabric scissors out in the garage. That's when the Lord and I had to agree to look away. Beep, 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 beep. He came home late in a two-door dream, cherry red and stupid loud. Bought himself a young man's car and parked it like he made me proud. Had a shirt unbuttoned halfway, had a grin he couldn't hide. Had the nerve to say, don't touch the paint, like he still had rights inside. In the doghouse, covered up in mud, the one I stitched through winter with patience, prayers, and love. Then I found my scissors out beside his motor oil, and something deep inside me said, girl, let's bless this soil. I burned the quilt I made him in the backseat of his midlife crisis car. Watched those flames start dancing like they knew just who they are. He came out screaming, stood there calm as Sunday pie, with the hose tied in a knot, and revenge in both my eyes. Yeah, I burned the quilt I made him in the backseat of his midlife crisis ride. Touch my quilt, use my scissors, that's how husbands learn to hide. Now that quilt had 16 borders, every corner squared with care. I had feathered hearts and flying geese and love stitched everywhere. It had bound and hand sewn neatly, it had memories in the thread, and that fool gave it to a hound dog for a backyard sleep in bed. I said, Lord, give me mercy. The Lord said, child, be still. Then I saw those scissors shining by an oily windowsill. He poked holes in a can of oil with my sharpest, finest pair, the ones I keep wrapped up special like a family heirloom prayer. So I dragged that quilt out slowly, held it up for one last look. Then that dog went running sideways like it read the final book. I burned the quilt I made him in the backseat of his midlife crisis car. Watch those flames start dancing like they knew just who they are. He came out screaming, stood there calm as Sunday pie, with the hose tied in a knot, and revenge in both my eyes. I burned the quilt I made him in the backseat of his midlife crisis ride. Touch my quilt, use my scissors, that's how husbands learn to hide. Now people ask, was that a reasonable reaction? No, but was it educational? Deeply. Because some men do not understand words. Some men do not understand tears. Some men do not understand how many hours go into hand-sewn binding. But they understand smoke. He hollered, that's my baby. I said, mine too, once upon. He said, you've lost your senses. I said, no, they're finally on. He reached down for the water hose, found it knotted tight in me, looked at me, then looked at fire, then understood the scene. I had one hand on those scissors, one smile on my face, and the kind of quiet women get when they have left the human race. He did not ask me questions, he did not come too near. He knew that look meant judgment, had done pulled up a chair. The neighbors watched from porches, the dog stayed out the way, and somewhere in the ashes was his last peaceful day. I burned the quilt I made him in the backseat of his midlife crisis car. Let that smoke rise up to heaven like a warning from the yard. He stood there shaking, Now I did not threaten that man. I did not have to. He looked at me, looked at them scissors, looked at what was left of that car, and suddenly remembered he had errands in another county. And the next quilt I make him, well, let's just say he better hope it's a throw.